Framingham honors its veterans with a ceremony at the Memorial Building on Monday. Updates on the 495-90 interchange project and our conversations with artists taking part in the first ever Access Film Fest in the city this Saturday. I'm Brendan Fitzpatrick, and this is The Frame, Framingham News in Focus. Hi and welcome to The Frame, an initiative of Access Framingham. We start with Monday's ceremony at the Memorial Building, as on Veterans Day, which was also the 106th anniversary of the armistice that ended the First World War, city and state officials held a ceremony honoring U.S. Armed Forces vets from the past and present. Nevins Hall was the site for the event, as speakers thanked members of the military for their work in times of peace and of war. Traditional American and military songs were played as community leaders highlighted the consistent need to provide military members and their families with support. Keynote speaker Paul L. Miner of the Massachusetts Army National Guard mentioned expanded access to behavioral health treatment and additional tax credits for business owners who hire vets, both included in the Massachusetts HERO Act, which was signed by Governor Healey back in August, as proper steps being taken in the Commonwealth.
Our American veterans are the embodiment of the values that made our nation great and free. Their service has defended our nation and ensured that our communities, our institutions, and our families can live and prosper in freedom. They are our nation's greatest and strongest asset.
Monday's event also featured representatives and the next of kin of Framingham-based service members who have died, accepting awards for their service. The Massachusetts Medal of Liberty honors veterans killed in action or as a result of injuries sustained in action, along with those who died while serving in a designated combat area. The Medal of Fidelity recognizes service members who died due to a disorder, condition, disease, or injury related to their time in the military. Those present on behalf of Captain Richard W. Higgins and Staff Sergeant Scott J. Metcalf were given the Medal of Liberty, while those representing Staff Sergeant Howard McLashing, Sergeant George M. Mitchell, Captain Larry A. Morse, and Specialist 4 Donald J. Weir were presented with the Medal of Fidelity. Improvements continue to be made at the interchange of I-495 and I-90, just a few miles west of Framingham, as MassDOT has announced that crews will be conducting work this weekend to move a ramp into its new spot. Drivers can expect crews to move 495's on-ramp heading south from 90 eastbound on Friday, November 15th. The current off-ramp there at exit 106 will be closed, while a temporary layout will be set up at the ramp's new permanent site, nearly a half-mile west of where it currently stands. Signage will be placed in order to advise drivers of that change. It's the latest step in a project that's been in the works since the fall of 2022. As state officials hope the 495-90 interchange project can reduce traffic, collisions, and travel time for both commuting and shipping on the two major highways. The interchange is being completely replaced while the old toll booth area is being removed. The project is slated to be done in time for June of 2027, according to MassDOT, with work set to continue on setting up more future ramps at the junction. A pair of municipal participation updates for you now. First, residents and business owners are invited to a public hearing this upcoming Monday night, November 18th, at the Memorial Building concerning local water and sewer rates. Changes to the rates, including a so-called ready-to-serve fixed fee depending on meter sizes, a new irrigation rate, a revised multi-unit dwelling factor policy, and reducing the current 5-tier structure down to 4, will be the topics of discussion, as community members can ask questions and provide their input. City officials are also seeking 7 residents to join the Framingham 325th Celebration Committee. 2025 will mark the 325th anniversary of Framingham's incorporation back in 1700. Members of the group are tasked with planning out events throughout the calendar year, with celebrations highlighting the history and culture of the entire city. Organizations and municipal departments are also being sought for input on how to commemorate Framingham's anniversary. The last day to apply for a spot on the committee is Sunday, November 24th. Details can be found at framinghamma.com/civic alerts. And now finally, a preview of this week's Frame by Frame segment. This upcoming Saturday, the 16th, will mark the inaugural Access Film Fest here in Framingham. The all-day event will showcase fresh films from a wide range of artists and genres. We were lucky enough to speak with a trio of artists taking part in this weekend's event: Chris Salvi, Audrey Scafati, and Allison Wachtler. They joined us at our studios to discuss their process in producing art and what it means to be taking part in this locally based film festival. Let's take a look.
In place of going and seeing a Hollywood film, you can go to a film festival and you can see something made by a local artist who just wants to express themselves. And that's really the amazing part, that you get to share that with everybody.
Honestly, I'm just excited to watch my film on a big screen again. And I'm excited to just meet and collaborate with other filmmakers, local filmmakers especially.
It's really nice to see it come alive with an audience, and to see it in the metro suburbs is really fascinating because this is where it was written. You know, this thing grew up in, the Weston school systems, these kids, everything about it. So I'm really delighted that Metro West is opening up its doors to local people who are doing films. It's a great idea.
And if you want to see all of our interviews with filmmakers leading up to the Access Film Fest in Framingham this Saturday, as well as our conversation with the co-founder of the event, Diana Porter, visit our website, www.theframe.news. There, we've also got full interviews, written articles, and feature pieces that we've completed across the community. Tell your neighbors about our source for local information, and subscribe to our email newsletter so that you never miss a beat. Find us on social media too. We're on Instagram and X at @FrameNews_. Subscribe to Access Framingham's YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever new episodes of The Frame are uploaded. Find us on Facebook too. Just search for The Frame there. Now, as for the Access Film Fest itself on Saturday, tickets are still available online. Guests at our Access Framingham studios and the Village Hall by the Center Common will be able to enjoy film screenings, interactive workshops, networking opportunities, and more during the all-day event. You won't want to miss it. Details on the Access Film Fest can be found at www.accessfram.tv. That's all we got for this week's Framingham News in Focus. For the entire Frame team, thanks for spending your time with us. My name is Brendan Fitzpatrick. We'll talk to you next week. Take care.